And I am back to continue with the Forgotten Nightmare. Continue the game. I believe we were in the bedroom. You are in what obviously must be a master bedroom, but find nothing there but a bed without sheets and a closet to the south. So, I was going to investigate what? The bed, the closet, the end table, the dresser. I think I already did investigate the bed. Let me see. Did I? No, I just entered here. So, investigate the bed. So you see the bed, a closet, an end table, and a dresser. So examine bed. Says here the bed is completely empty with no sheets. And looking under the bed, you find nothing at all. Okay. So, we continue. It says I find nothing at all. The closet's to the south. Try entering it first. It's alright. Okay. Examine the end table. You find nothing useful in or on the end table. Terrible. Where could the screwdriver be? Feel like going back to the garage to see if I can find anything. Examine dresser. You find nothing useful in or on the dresser. Alright. Let's open the end table. You find nothing useful in or on the end table. It's probably going to tell me the same thing of the dresser, but I'm going to do it anyway. You find nothing useful in or on the dresser. Okay, let's just... It says I can go south. And there's an open door to the west and an open door to the south. And the closet is to the south. So let's go south. That direction, just like I said. You enter the closet and find nothing but some old hangers and really ugly clothes that must have been abandoned by the previous occupant, and for good reason. Gosh, do I dare to take the hangers and the clothes? Let's see if I can take it. There is an open door to the north. Okay. Examine old hangers. They are old wooden hangers. They are old wooden hanger that you conclude as being quite useless. Yeah, they're wooden. If they were metal, it would be something I could bend. Ugly clothes. You find nothing in the clothes at all except terrible ugliness. Ugly clothes. Hey, you think I could take? Let's see, take clothes. No, look at that. If you take it, it disappears. Let's see what they say. I'm not touching them. The ugliness might be infectious. They are quite useless, should be left where they are. Okay. So I guess we're going north. North. We're back in the bedroom, right? Yes, we're back in the bedroom. We should go west. Here. Like I said, I feel inclined to go to the garage because I need a screwdriver. And it says you are at the end of the hall with a single door to the east. You examine all places. Let's just go all the way to the garage, right? We're at the garage. You are in a partially finished garage. It appears as though everything that was useful might have been taken away, since there's quite a bit of junk here, but not much else. It's junk. There's junk. Jeez. Take junk. Take junk. Or examine junk. I want to examine junk. Examine junk. Junk. Examine junk. So let's see what it says. It's useless junk that you assume was left by the owner. You find nothing useful. Yeah, see, I can examine the junk to find a screwdriver. I'm trying to examine everything. Need a screwdriver. Oh well, I'm out of the house. We're leaving the house. Okay. So over here, we have a cul-de-sac. Here, a broken bridge that we can't cross. We can like go back down and go this way, see what we find. Let's see now. And Of course, it says north, east, west. I'm going east. East we go. East. You walk along the road for a few minutes and hear the sound of moving water. As you continue, you soon happen upon a bridge that overlooks a shallow, quick-moving river. You estimate that the river is about 15 to 20 feet wide with banks that rise sharply on either side. It would be nearly impossible to safely get down to the river from here. On the eastern side of the river below you, notice a small path that originates out of sight from the north, and you assume it was probably used as a place to fish. All right, you see river and a bridge, visible exit east and west. So that's what we see. And we see, we see river, a bridge. It says on the eastern side of the river below, you notice a small path that originates out of sight from the north, and you assume it was probably used as a place to fish. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going east. See what else we find. You drag your feet as you walk along the road for a few minutes, but there is no sign of any change in scenery in this direction. There's no sound at all except for the wind in the trees. Perhaps it would be a good idea to take advantage of the break in the trees back to the west before the bridge. Perhaps it would be a good idea to take advantage of the break in the trees back to the west before the bridge. There's a break in the trees. What? There's a break in the trees back before the bridge? What? Long road, thick trees, wooden fence, tire tracks. You are on a long dirt road that runs east-west. A break in the trees. You are on a long road. A break in the trees to the north reveals a fence that has a section removed. Through the opening, you can see the backyard of the house. Okay, that's the break in the trees we're talking about. Back to the house. But there's nothing in the house. Okay, let's check the inventory. I got myself key ring, pocket knife, long ladder, flashlight, shovel, buffered and analgesic, and rake. And so far, I haven't found use for any of it. I'd love to use the ladder to climb the fence. I don't know why I would want to get in the backyard for. Be nice to. Or better said, I was in the backyard. Okay. Tried a few things, but like I said. Alright. So we gotta find a way to cross over. So let's just use long ladder on collapse bridge. Wow, so put it on there. You are standing on a partially collapsed bridge. There is a gap that you would estimate to be 10 feet across, making it impossible to jump over. Thick trees line the north and south sides of the road, and there is no safe way down to the river from here. You use the long ladder on the collapsed bridge. You extend the ladder and gently lower it across the gap in the bridge and hope that it will be able to hold your weight when you cross over it. Okay. I guess I'm going east. Or I cross over. Okay, I just go east. Just a simple east. You slowly step on the ladder, hoping that it can hold your weight and inch your way forward. The ladder seems to bend slightly, but you soon determine that apart from falling off the ladder, there's no danger of it buckling. You easily make it to the other side of the bridge and see that the dirt road continues to the east, and a small path leading off the road on this side of the river can be seen to the south. Okay. Can be seen to the south. So, what do we have? Okay. I did see a path to the distance, right? So I saw that path to the distance. And it says, I see the long ladder, a collapsed bridge, a river, a dirt road, and a small path. Okay, so we're going to the small path, which is in what direction? Okay, so that's south. So we're going south to the small path. Down to the small path. You follow a small path for quite some time that it winds in and out of the trees along the river until the path ends at a large flat rock that is partially submerged. You immediately assume that the path's main purpose was to end up here, as it is a perfect fishing spot. As you stand on the rock looking over the river, you notice what appearance at first glance to be a branch stuck out of the water, but now recognized to be a canoe or jammed between two rocks. The only exit from here is back to the north where you came from. Okay, so we connected each side. This is the long path. This is where it ends. And we have connected it. Okay, and there's like this oar here. So, small path, river, flat, rock, oar. So yeah, take oar. Want to take the oar. And it says, taken. I like when it says taken, you know. I'll examine the small path, I guess. You gotta examine everything. No. No. Jeez, that always pops up. It is a small path leading from this fishing spot back to the main dirt road to the north. Alright? Examine. Do all this. It is a shallow but fast moving river. Alright? Examine flat rock. That direction is blocked. No. I didn't mark up. It wasn't up. It said examine flat rock. Okay. It is partially submerged flat rock that is ideal for standing on. So yeah, it's a good fishing spot. And that's all we can get from it. So I guess we do go back up. I'm going to be using the controls, very convenient. Let me just go this way. You walk along the road for a few minutes and notice another driveway leading to a small house to the north, while the road you are standing on continues out of sight to the east. Okay, so we got another driveway. And let's see. Let's go up into the driveway. You walk up the driveway leading to the small house and can't help but notice that the house and the yard are even more unkempt than the first you entered. This place must have been abandoned quite a time before the first. You stop halfway towards the house and notice how dreadfully quiet it is. No sounds of birds or animals, but just a mild rustling of leaves in the trees. The quiet is suddenly broken by the loud snapping of a twig not far from you. With your heart now racing, you look in all directions to attempt to determine the source, but see nothing but trees and other foliage. Hello, is anyone there? You call out a few more times and listen intently for a few moments, but when no response comes, you cautiously continue up the driveway. You are now standing near the front door of a small yet run-down house. You can see a path leading to the west, which you assume must lead to the backyard. Thick trees line the eastern side of the house. You see a driveway, a small house, and the path. There's a closed door to the north. So west and south. Okay, so what do we see? A closed door to the north. That one. So we're at the house. It's a closed door. Let's do the first thing, which is to open the door. Open north door, and it says the door is locked. And I want to unlock the door. It says none of your keys fit the hole. So my key ring has keys on it. Can't I use Can't I use like the pocket knife? It's very useful. Okay, so none of my keys, but I can unlock with pocket knife. Close the door. I don't know. This said that direction is blocked. I know. North door is not valid. Not a valid command. What? Unlock pocket knife. Doesn't seem to have a lock. Yeah, pocket knife don't have a lock. But what I want to do is like use pocket knife. Unlock door. Okay? Let me see. That seems to have no effect. Yeah. Let's see what else I have in my inventory. Keyring doesn't work. The flashlight. The oar. The pocket knife. The flashlight. The oar. The shovel. The rake. We should bash the door in. I mean, climb, move, exit, unlock, use, close, open, enter, examine, drop, take. Okay, I'm going to examine the small house. It's a small house, run-down house that has had some visible structure damage since the foundation contains some sizable cracks. Foundation molding. Yes, it does. And we have the driveway. Well, let's see what else there is. They said I can move what direction? West and south. So I'm going west. You walk along the front of the house to the west and stop before some thick bushes that line the side of the yard. You catch a glimpse through some trees to the north of what might be a lake or river. Side yard continues to the north through such thick grass and weeds that it is making it difficult to even walk through. You can faintly hear the sound of rushing waters in the distance and determine that there must be a river not too far from here to the west. Alright. It's a small house. It's a thick bushel. I can use shovel on what? Okay, thick grass and weeds. Okay, I can say use shovel on weeds. Use shovel on. Okay. Even though the item is not visible, I've been able to see that I am able to manipulate somewhat. Okay, it says that seems to have no effect. Oh, rake weeds. Rake weeds. Rake is not. Okay, use rake on weeds. That seems to have no effect. Okay, I'm just desperately looking. You move through the thick weeds and grass with some difficulty, concentrating on making it to your destination without tripping. Once you reach the backyard of the house, you stop and look to the north and find that the beauty of the landscape takes your breath away. It seems that the person who lived in this house had some prime real estate with a large backyard leading up to a beautiful small lake. Your initial conclusion was that the lake belonged entirely to the homeowner lake, but after taking brief survey of the surrounding shoreline, you determined that there must be a cottage or house off the north side, a small beach to the northeast. As you look over the lake, you can't help but notice that there is some familiarity about it, like you've been here before since the accident you can't seem to recall too much at the moment. You are now standing in the northwest corner of a very unkept yard. You see a small house and a lake, east or south. So, small house and a lake. So the lake is here, house is here, you're going this way. You continue to trudge through the yard with some difficulty and stop just south of what appears to be a wooden dock. It appears to still be floating, yet barely so, with a large sag around the middle section. There are no boats tied to the dock, and you can see to the east a path that leads along the water edge and out of sight through some thick pine trees. Okay, so you see a small house, a wooden dock, a path, and several pine trees. Okay, small house, wooden dock, path, pine trees. It's a wooden dock with sacks around it. And can I take the sacks? With a large sack around the middle section. Well, to keep it floating. There are no boats tied to the dock. Alright, and we're going to, that's what? To what direction? The north? We can go north. You stand at the end of the dock, which seems to be the most stable part, and looking north across the lake, you see another dock which appears to be in better shape than the one you are currently standing on. To the southwest, you note that the lake narrows to a river, while to the northeast, it appears to do the same. The eastern side of the lake clearly has a very small beach, but no other structure can be seen in that direction. You see a wooden dock and a lake. Examine wooden dock. It's still floating, but barely so, with a large sack around the middle. Okay, I'm obviously going to get the same thing. There's nothing to see here. Here's a picture. I'm going to go back down, and I'm going to go to the path. It's right there. As you walk towards the east, you follow the path as it winds along near the shore of the lake. It is at times quite narrow and difficult to follow, but it soon widens to a very small clearing. Near the shore of the clearing is a large and impressive-looking oak tree, and next to it is what appears to be an overturned, leaf-covered canoe. You decide to flip the canoe over, and as you do, a large rusty chain becomes taut, revealing also a very rusty lock. The chain surrounds the large tree and is securely fastened to the canoe, making it impossible to move at this time. You see a large canoe, a rusty chain, a rusty lock, an oak tree, and the lake. The exits are west. Look at that. And it's like to go back out. Okay, so we have a large canoe. We got a rusty chain, a rusty lock, an oak tree, and a lake. What about the oak tree? Examine the oak tree. So, it is a large oak tree that appears to be quite old, definitely. Examine the lake. That direction is blocked. I'm not trying to go there. Okay. It is a beautiful lake that is currently quite serene. You see nothing of real interest, but find the view quite breathtaking. All right. Examine the rusty lock. It's a thick lock that has rusted significantly. It's doubtful it will even unlock with the correct key. Yeah, so it's rusted. It has to be broken. Examine a rusty chain. It's a thick chain that is wrapped around a large tree and is attached to the canoe on the other end. So, and of course, examine the large canoe to see if it's in good condition. It's a large canoe that is resting near the water's edge, but it is currently chained to a large tree. Okay, well, I got the oar there where I can use to like swim across. But I gotta disconnect the canoe. I guess I have to take it or something. Let me see. Taking it, not gonna happen. I'm gonna put take, see what happens. Okay, so it's a little heavy to be carrying it around. Besides, it is changed to the large tree. I was just wondering, since I was able to take the ladder with me. That's pretty long too. I mean, if it was able to connect the bridge of the broken bridge, just saying. Sometimes I make the characters do impossible things in these games. Large canoe, rusty chain, rusty lock, oak tree. What can I possibly do? I got it myself. Key ring, pocket knife, flashlight, or shovel, buffered and nostalgic rake. Dang. What can I do? Well, I don't know what to do. Key ring, pocket knife, flashlight. I think I'll just leave it alone. I guess I'll find something to break it free with. I can like use a shovel on chain. That seems to have no effect. Use shovel on rusty lock. That seems to have no effect. So yeah, I'm out. I'm leaving. Leaving. I'm leaving the house. Because, for real, there's just no more to do right there. The tree-lined dirt road leads on for only a few feet before a break in the trees to the south reveals a large fence, lined field you assume held cattle at the time. Although none can be seen at the moment, a large barn stands probably 100 meters to the south at the end of a rutted laneway, and you can tell by its lack of squareness that it is not in the best of states. In fact, it looks like some of the roof has caved in. Surrounding the barn is a featureless field with a thick, gapeless tree line to the south. The road continues to the east and looks like it branches to the north. Just past the branch, you can see what looks like a red car or truck on the north side of the road. Alright. Just past the branch, you can see looks like a red car or truck on the north side of the road. To the south, south of you is a broken gate which once closed in the fence and allowed for access to the barn. Okay, you see a dirt road, a large field, a fence, a broken gate, and a large barn. But it says that the road continues to east and looks like it branches to the north. Just past the branch, you can see what looks like a red car or truck on the north side of the road. Well, yeah, and to the south of you is a broken gate, which once closed in the fence and allowed for access to the barn. Well, if I continue east, and it says it branches north, and past the branch north car, let's see what car it is. Let's keep going. You walk along the road and stop where it branches to the north and can see that it winds out of sight in the direction. You notice something strange on the road a few feet to the east and decide to investigate. Upon closer inspection, you notice that it is a sizable gap in the road. In fact, it is a fault line from an earthquake that spans the distance of the road and runs another 10 feet on either side. About 50 yards to the east, you also noticed a red car just off the road on a mild grassy incline. Okay, see a road and a fault line. Okay, and notice a car. Okay, that's a fault line, the road. It says you also notice a red car just off the road on a mild grassy incline. So you see the road and the fault line. Car just off the road. Examine the road. Well, I want to examine the road. Yeah, examine the road. It is a poorly maintained dirt road with many potholes and fallen branches. A large fault line, which you guess to be the earthquake that spans the distance of the road and runs another 10 feet on either side. So, I want to examine the car. Okay, so the car is where? Like past the brake? It said it was past the brake. So I go up. You walk along the winding dirt road for a few minutes, noting very little change in scenery until up ahead you notice that the road appears to be washed out. As you get closer, you find that a sizable piece of the road is missing, leaving a tremendous gap of nearly 50 feet. The road is completely gone, as it is at this point, and there is absolutely no safe way across, so unfortunately you are going to have to find another way around. You see a dirt road and tremendous gap south. So yeah, so what? It's a washout, and the car was where? I don't see the car anywhere. Let me go back down. Okay. I'm going to go examine red car. Examine red car. Because for real. Says it is a little ways to the east. Best get closer to it first. Okay. You jump over the fault line and walk towards the red car. As you approach it, you notice that it doesn't look like it crashed, and neither has it looked like it was parked. It is in an awkward position that would have you think that it rolled to a stop just off the road. A mild grassy incline appears to have been the reason it finally came to rest. The windows are down and the car is very dirty, as if it's been there for quite some time. As you glance inside the car, you notice that there is moss growing on the seat, and there appears to be clothes lying there as well, although you're probably going to have to enter the car in order to get a better look. You see the red car, a road, and a fault line. Okay, so there's the car. All right. You have to get in the car. So I have to what? That if you have to, you're probably going to have to enter the car in order to get a better look at it. So enter car. Yeah, I'm going to go enter red car. Exactly. Enter red car. Whoa. Oh, okay. You open the car door to climb inside and are confronted with one of the strangest sights you have ever seen. On the front driver's seat of the car is a full set of clothes lying perfectly as if someone were sitting there. There is a pair of shoes on the floor with socks still sticking out of them, and the one shoe is resting on the gas pedal. Some pants are hanging over the seat edge, and a shirt is resting just above them. Seeing this sight has you dumbfounded as to what may have happened, but you are sure of one thing: something strange has happened here. You see a car key, a silver key, a hood latch, an ignition switch, and some dirty clothes. Definitely. It says to exit the car, use the up command. All right. So hood latch. I am going to take something though. I'm going to take the car key. Take car key. Take silver key. Definitely. Examine hood latch. Okay. I took taken. It's a standard hood latch that you would pull in order to something. To open the hood. It's to open the hood. Alright, okay. Fine. Examine ignition. It's a standard ignition that you would use a key on. Try using your key ring on it, and I will find the key that fits it. That is, if you happen to have it on your key ring. Alright. Nice. Why do I want to turn on the car? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, and now I'm going to examine the clothes. The clothes, which were in the strange position when you first encountered them, you have moved to the passenger seat. You find nothing useful in them. All right. I have to get out of the car. Let me use the take, drop, examine, enter, open, use, exit, move. Well, I can use the hood latch, right? What? No. Okay, that's not the message. Okay, so it's not use. It's open hood latch. And you pull the hood latch and hear the hood release. Step out of the car, prop the hood up, and then get back inside. I do. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go up then. Up. Done. So you are standing on a long road beside a red car. A fault line just to the west doesn't impede your ability to walk to the west, but certainly a vehicle would have some difficulties. You see a red car, a hood, some thick wires, a large battery, an engine, a road, and a fault line. So, wow. Okay. So I got the red car, the hood, right? Thick wires, large battery, engine, road. I should examine the hood. Examine the hood. It's the hood of the car, which is currently open, revealing the engine and other components. Yes, duh, right? Okay, thick wires. Wow, thick wires. Right. There are thick wires that connect the battery to the car's main electrical system. They are securely fastened to the battery with the smallest something. Okay. Examine the large battery with small bolts. Okay. It is a sealed lead acid battery with a charge indicator which apparently turns green when charged. There's no color indicated, which makes you think that it is not charged. So it's an uncharged side. Instead of examine engine. I'm a mechanic now, huh? There's not much I can say about the engine not being a mechanic, other than it looks fine. Okay, so the battery's not charged, right? And so we really can't turn the car on because the battery's not charged, and you need the battery charged to turn the car on. The road, the fault line, red car, the hood. We can just keep walking, but I'm gonna leave it here to find out what we're gonna soon find out what else to do. I'm gonna leave it here until next time. God bless you all, and thank you for going this far in the story with me. God bless you. Bye.